Today we're going to talk a little bit about the first chapter in this, Our Turn to Be Odd, or Your Turn to Be Odd. Because the reality is we have lived in modern America with a point that the culture that was around us has usually propped up the faith that we hold dear and near. It's not true anymore. Those days are gone. And the honest reality is they're not coming back again. The second chapter of the book about exile will talk about that some. So, what is it that we must be willing to do? The Scriptures speak of holiness as an attribute of God. But in essence, it's more than one of the attributes of God. It is the essence of God. God alone is holy. There is nothing that is holy unless it has been touched by God or is somehow associated with God. Smoke is not holy unless it's coming from God's throne. Toledo is not holy unless it is a city that has been visited by the holy God. And we are not holy unless we are the kinds of persons whose lives have been set apart and made sacred by this God of ours. So as we move into a rapidly changing world, what we're going to realize is the difference between us. I'm old enough to remember that our oddity during my childhood years came from some things like we don't buy the Sunday newspaper, or we don't go to carnivals, or we don't go to the high school prom dances. That there was an oddness that kind of set us apart by some standards that we have, and those standards have been long gone within our church for a long time now. So have we gotten used to the fact that we're not odd in the world in some way? Might it be time for us to be odd again? Not odd in a way of some kind of bizarre, strange, unreasonable people, but odd in the way that our practices run counter with the practices of this world.